Like, dude, you're fighting in the freaking Hunger Games and you're just the lamest person. Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. If you've never been here before, I make college, lifestyle, mental health, vlog, all that good content. I don't know why I can never say that. What are we doing today? Today we are doing the makeup and book tag. I saw Miss Mel Reeds do this on her channel. She is actually a makeup artist. I am not. But I was like, this is amazing. I love books, I love makeup, and I want to talk about books more on my channel. So there we go. So I did this look today while answering a bunch of questions about my favorite books. Yeah, I hopefully want to transition this channel to talk a lot more about books as we go along. Not go away from anything we're currently doing, but just add some books in. So I wanted to give this video a shot, and I hope that you guys enjoy. So let's just get into the makeup and the questions. Okay, so let's just jump on in. I'm gonna go in the order of the way that I apply products, not the way that everyone applies products, but okay, first up, we're gonna do primer. And the question for primer is, pick a book that left a lasting impression. So the primer I'm going to use is the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer from Maybelline. And the book that I've chosen is Beautiful Boy by David Scheff. This book, yeah, this book left so much. Like, I think about it all the time. Okay. The premise of the book is that it's written by the father of a boy who is addicted to drugs, and it kind of shows, like, it's a true story written by the author lived it, and basically you go through this guy's life as he's raising his kid, as his kid starts doing drugs. And I think the thing that really stuck with me is, like, you kind of, it's like written the way that being close to somebody who's an addict feels. It's like you keep thinking that the boy is going to get to where he's supposed to be, like, clean and back with his family and stuff, but he never does. And so you just get your hopes up and then they drop. And I think about that book a lot. I actually bought the sequel, which is written by the kid, because I believe he's now clean, but I haven't brought myself to read it yet because it's just such a sad book. There's also a movie starring Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet, which is why I read it in the first place, but I have not seen the movie yet because the book just stuck with me. Okay, and next up I'm gonna do Brows, and this is a book that you think everyone should read. So I think that everyone should read The Truants by Kate Weinberg. This is one that I read this past year, so for more of, like, my review and summary of it and stuff, you can link a video up here in the cards. But essentially it is a story of this girl who goes away to university, and she gets to study with this author that she loves. And it's basically the story of her and her friends at university, but then someone gets murdered and all of this stuff starts to come out about, like, the author and about her friends and about her. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's one of those books where you're like, oh my god, I didn't realize, like, all these things were connected. Also, it's her, I believe, her debut novel, Kate Weinberg, and she just seems really nice. Like, I follow her on Instagram, and she seems like a really great person, and I just love her writing also. And yeah, also it's set, like, in Britain, which I like. I like when books are set kind of somewhere you're not, because then it kind of feels like you're traveling there, you know, while you're reading. So, okay, brows are done. These might be, like, the worst brows I've ever done. Let's throw some gel in, and then we'll move on to eyeshadow. This is the CoverGirl Lid Lockup eyeshadow primer. Let's take a look at the questions for eyeshadow. Okay, eyeshadow. Pick a book with your favorite color on the cover. Okay, so I actually brought the book with me, but like, let's just start off by actually doing some eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take the Morphe Vintage Rose palette. This is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna do like a typical look I would normally do for my eyeshadow. But the book that I went back and forth on this because there's actually a few that are all a similar color scheme, but the book that I have with me that I'll show you in a moment, I think I used the wrong color, is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I have not finished this book yet, but the cover is stunning. It is right here. Like, it's reflecting in the ring light, but look at all those colors. I'll also throw up images of the other two. I'm talking about one of them later, which is The Sun Is Also a Star. And also, I'll Give You the Sun by, oh, I don't know who wrote that one, but it'll be on the screen there. Okay, I'm just gonna finish up the eyeshadow and I will check in when we're ready for concealer. Okay, my camera shut off, so hopefully we're close to where we were before. But anyway, next up we have concealer. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the prompt for concealer is what characters would you just get rid of, like if you could. Concealer, a character you wish you could get rid of. Okay, so the caveat that I'm going with for this is that the story would not change, like there would just be another character in its place that's not quite so freaking annoying. So my first choice, the first thing that came to mind for this is Peeta Mellark from the Hunger Games series. I am Team Gale all the way. I think Peeta is the most helpless and annoying character ever written, especially in a dystopian. Like, dude, you're fighting in the freaking Hunger Games and you're just the lamest person, and Gale is just like 10 times better. So I just basically have no patience for Peeta and would happily get rid of him. And then the second one, if you know me, this is not a surprise, but Harry Potter. Harry Potter is one of the worst characters. He is stupid. He is not, like, he is boring to read about. All this stuff just like happens to him and he's like, why? Why is this happening to me, you know? I don't know. He drives me nuts, and I don't normally like main characters. Like, I'd also get rid of Triss. I'd also get rid of Katniss. Like, I do not like main characters at all, but he drives me nuts, and I would happily have just a slightly less annoying character named Harry for the premise of this book. And that's that. Okay. Get this hair off my face, and now we're gonna do powder. By the way, I was using the e.l.f. Camo concealer for that. Now we're going to use the Fenty Beauty Butter or Pro Filter Instant Retouch Pro Filter powder in the shade Butter. And powder, oh shoot, I should have looked before I opened it. Powder is pick your favorite last book in a series. Okay, so another thing that I've realized is that I don't really read, like I don't really finish series. I noticed this yesterday while I was trying to figure this out. Like, I don't like finishing book series or TV series. I'll leave like one or two episodes at the end of a book, at the end of a TV show, so that I don't finish it. So I feel the same way about books, to be honest. And so the only thing I could think of was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which I do believe is one of the better books in the series. I still prefer Half-Blood Prince, it's my favorite, but the Deathly Hallows is really good. So I will allow it for that. But I really just don't finish book series, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna dust away a little bit of that excess powder under my eyes, and I'm just gonna finish up the eyeshadow. Thinking about, like, I can think on my shelf. Like, I have the Darkest Mind series by Alexandra Bracken. I own all the books. Have not finished it. I think we did finish the original series of the 39 Clues. Oh, actually, I did finish the original Percy Jackson series. Again, this was such a long time ago that I don't really remember, but I will say I did enjoy the final book of that series. But I just don't like finishing things, you know? Because when you finish the series, like, it's done. There's no more new content. Like, we're about to finish Modern Family probably tonight or tomorrow. And it's like, then what? There's no more Modern Family. So anyway, small thing about me is that I don't like to finish things. Okay. Next up, we're gonna do Eyeliner, and Eyeliner is Dark and Mysterious book. Okay, I was going through my Goodreads for this one. With the pandemic, reading dark and mysterious books is not my thing. Like, I think the world is already crazy enough right now, and I do not need to see freaking crazy ass thriller books. So, see if I can talk and do this at the same time. So I was thinking about this book that I read a while ago, and it's called With or Without You, and it's this book about this gay boy in New York, and he gets like caught up with the wrong crowd. He gets caught up with the wrong crowd, and his new boyfriend introduces him to this group of people who are called chasers, and basically what they do is they like try and get infected with HIV and then spread it to like people, and that's just terrifying and sad. And yeah, I remember it being really dark and mysterious. I haven't read it for a while, but I think I gave it 5 stars, so I'll leave my Goodreads down below and you can find it on there. Okay, the eyeliner was not too bad, so now we will do bronzer. And the bronzer category, oh, okay, well, let's just do foundation right now because that's what would normally have come, but I don't wear it. Pick your favorite first book in a series, and that for me would be Scythe from the arc of the Scythe trilogy by Neal Shusterman. I loved that book, and of course now I have Thunderhead. Have I read it? No. And will I read The Toll? I don't know, because I just like don't like finishing series, but I really, really like that series. It is about basically a world in the future where natural death no longer exists, and the world is controlled by the Thunderhead, which is like this kind of AI, like sentient being who has no human tendencies, so he doesn't make mistakes. And essentially there are all these scythes who are trained, and their job is to glean people or essentially kill people at random so that the earth does not become overpopulated, since people cannot die from natural causes. And so it follows 2 characters, Rowan and Ciate or something. Haven't read it for a while. And they are training to be scythes. So yeah, and you don't really get to choose. You don't get to choose if you're gonna be a scythe either. Okay, anyway, foundation's done. Blush, bronzer. Do not see. Yeah, no. Okay, so you know what? I will do a little bit of bronzer, and I will talk about another dark and mysterious book that I've been reading called The Hunting Party. If you've been watching if you watched my vlog that just went up today, actually, while I'm filming this, you would know I've been reading that book. It was recommended to me on TikTok, and essentially it is very similar to like Murder on the Orient Express or Knives Out, if you like that kind of thing. Essentially, like, all of these couples who've been friends forever, they go away to this remote Scottish Highland area, and it's like this lodge in the Scottish Highlands. It's just them, these other guests that happen to be there at the same time, and then the gameskeeper and the manager of the lodge. And then while they're there, they get snowed in, so nobody can come or go, and somebody gets murdered. And yeah, so you're trying to figure out like who it is that got murdered, but you're also going like, you're trying to figure out who murdered them, and you're going like back and forth between like present day and the past. Like present day when they find the murder and before the murder happens. Or when they find the body and then before the murder happens. So that is the premise of that, The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I would highly recommend. It's a quick read. I'm almost done. Okay, blush. The blush category, by the way, I used the Hula bronzer by Benefit for that. The blush category is cringeworthy romance. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. I do not really enjoy romance and like romance novels, and so this one was easy for me. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon is the cringiest romance I have ever read. In my book review on my old blog, which is going to be moved over to my new blog when it goes live in a few days, I literally wrote, I'm going to throw the book at a wall if they kiss again. So that probably tells you enough. Basically the story is about this girl who is going to get deported, and she's trying to save her family from getting deported, and she meets along the way this guy, and they kind of fall in love over the course of one day, but of course they're doomed because she is being deported. So it's about that, and they keep like running into each other, and anyway, I was just like, stop. I loved the book actually, especially the end, but I was like, please stop kissing. Like I can't. Okay, next up we have a highlighter. By the way, that was the Tower 28 blush in the shade Magic Hour. And now for highlight, we are going to take the Rachhloves Pixi palette. And the question for highlighter is a book that brightens your day. And now I need to look because I can't remember. Oh, yeah, this one's very typical of me, but Great Gatsby is my favorite book, especially my favorite classic. I am obsessed with all things Gatsby. I could write about it for years. I love the Leo movie. I love the book. Yeah, it just brightens my day anytime I see like anything about it, and I love reading it. And yeah, I've seen the play, the movie, and read the book multiple times, and that is definitely my happy book for sure, for sure. I also just love anything Roaring Twenties and The American Dream, because The American Dream is a joke. Okay, mascara. Pick a long book. So I actually decided to change this question and pick a short book. For mascara, we are going to be using the Essence Lash Princess False Effect Lash Mascara. False Lash Effect Mascara. And I decided to go with a short book because I do not like reading long books. I give up after a while. I don't like a ton of like filler text. So I decided to go with a very short book that I like, and I chose The Plague by Albert Camus. I read this book for a university class with one of my favorite profs of all time. Literally the fall before the pandemic, I believe. It talks about a plague, and basically the residents of this tiny like French town, the way that they deal with the plague is that you can't go in or out. You're locked down because the town is the only place that has this plague. So yeah, you're basically locked in the town, and it follows a bunch of different people throughout, and just like the tragedy and stuff. But it was just so interesting to read and so well written, and just dealt with so many like human concepts, and now we're living it, so I appreciate it even more. It's an old book, but it's quite short and an enjoyable read, I would think. I think we only have one left, and that's lips. Yes. Okay, this one was difficult for me because it is, wait, let me figure out what lipstick do we think we should do. Should we do like a lipstick Like, I like this one by Jeffree Star in the shade Whipped. That's not gonna go over well. You know what? We'll do this purple. This is the Colourpop lipstick in the shade Scorpio Moon. So the book is favorite, or the prompt is your favorite literary kiss. So let's put this on. I forgot how good these smell. Oh no, my camera freaked out and overheated, but I applied the lipstick, and the answer to this question is any kiss in Call Me By Your Name. I'm obsessed with this book. The premise of the book is this young boy, Elio. He's with his family in the Italian countryside for the summer, and they have a grad student. Why can I not remember his name? Anyway, the grad student comes and they like fall in love over the course of the summer, and it's just the cutest, like, just the movie is one of my favorite movies ever, and the kisses are just so like passionate and just gives me shivers. So that's the answer to that. I don't like romance, so there has to be some other thing in it for me to enjoy, and that is such a well-written, beautiful, beautiful book. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed, you know, just like getting to know my book taste. I really want to do more book videos, so if you did enjoy it and you want to see more book videos, let a girl know. Leave it in the comments. Yeah, I thought this was a really good way to combine like my love of makeup, which I love to do on this channel, and my love of reading, which I'm trying to get back into and talk more about. So I will leave all of the products and books down below in case you are interested in any of them. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye!